Recording in progress. Yay. Okay, we're up. We're live. I believe we are live. We are live. I see it. I see it. I see it. And I want to. Excellent. Okay, we are live, and I am awaiting um, anyone who wants to come up and ask some questions about eyesight and eye health and how to better your eyesight and your eye health. Um, Especially using natural ingredients like DMSO and castor oil, which is what I used to dissolve the cataracts from both my left and my right eye, both eyes. I had a severe cataract in my left eye, practically white out. And in my right eye, I had a moderate cataract. It took 3 months to dissolve the cataract in my right eye. And it took 9 months to dissolve the cataract in my left eye. I had to learn how to do that because the 30/70 blend, which is what I used for the right eye, didn't actually work on the left eye. It just worked a little bit. And therefore, I had to create another blend called foreign eye and increase the castor oil and DMSO blend to 40/60, which is 40% DMSO, 60% castor oil. Listen to me, hyaluronic acid, what's going on? 60% castor oil. And that just was what the magic potion that was needed to dissolve the cataract off my left eye. And I have been glasses free since the age of 59. I am now 62. So, yeah, it's been 3 years. Um, so it's just fabulous that I've not had any challenges with my eyesight or my eye health in that time frame. And I've used DMSO and castor oil daily for the most part since starting. So it's been a fabulous run. I love it, love it, love it, love it. My eyes feel great. My eyesight is great. I also developed, see, I got 9 products, so 7 other eye drop products, all the way down to, for minors, for juveniles, so young children, all the way up to the customer I spoke to today was 88. So he is 88 because he's still with us. So 88 years old, and the Revitalize and the C Clear and the 30/70 are the products that will be most beneficial for him in his situation. But all of that works very well for everybody's eyes. And The 40/60 is for more severe issues in the eye, along with the foreign eye. Um, and then I have the Luster Elixir, which is great for more surface area things, corneal issues in the eye, more forward-facing issues that you would have in the eye. Like blepharitis and pingacula and tagirium, um, keratoconus, those kinds of things. And you know, it's phenomenal, it's fabulous that these drops have been so beneficial to so many people all over the world. It's just been an excellent experience walking this path and being able to help people restore eye health and eyesight. So that's what I do. And I'm Leslie Wright, and I'm the owner and compounder. So if you have any praise, bring it to me. And if you have any beef, bring it to me. And I'm happy to do whatever I can do to help, without a doubt. And I'm just waiting on Coco, my moderator, to come into the live. If she's available today, who knows if she is, she may not be. And I'm trying to make this available to any and everybody. So if you're on YouTube and you're listening to me, if you have eye health or eyesight questions, you can come on in and let's have a chat. And if you're a customer, definitely come on in and let's have a chat. Let's talk about whatever you might have going on with your eyesight and your eye health. And let's see what we can do to solve some of these bigger problems. Hang on. One of the things that I've changed that's really been working out well this week is I'm dividing my time, so I'm doing time blocking. And between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., I'm available for phone calls, texts, whatever communication style, emails, excuse me, that you want to, communicate with me, however you want to communicate with me. You can do that freely from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that actually makes my life a lot simpler because I just have that dedicated time and I don't let anything interrupt. And I can take as much time as is available to talk to, whoever shows up and return phone calls. Today I was able to return about 12 phone calls. Yesterday, I think I did 15. So it's fabulous to be able to have that dedicated time and know that's what I'm using it for. And I was, got a compliment today that I just loved from a new customer who said she was just totally taken aback by actually being able to speak to a human in 2026. Because it's so rare. We just don't have that connection with each other when it comes to businesses. It's always automated AI, less personal. And I really think when we're talking about something as serious as our eyesight and as difficult to speak about, it is difficult to speak about because nobody wants to talk about the fact that their vision is waning significantly and they can't see. Like it's not even it's not a common worry or stress or embarrassment. It's something that's outside the norm. So it's awesome. Today is a grateful day. And I had an experience last night. Oh my gosh, I have to talk about this. I had an experience last night. I was live on TikTok. Um, heard. Oh my gosh. Um, I had an experience last night where I had a customer who was on my live actually be so moved by another person's issues, eyesight issues, that they said, I want to help her and buy her your products. That was amazing. That was amazing. Just, set up, I can help. I'm raising my hand. And, I chipped in and I'm like, I can help. I can give a big discount. And it was phenomenal. It was just phenomenal for somebody to just walk up and say, I'm I'm willing to help. So anyway, I'm here. Oh, you know what? I've got to paste the link to the live in the link to the Zoom in YouTube. And I have to remember how to do that. I think I know. Oh, I just got to remember how to do this link. Okay, I just pinned a message that has the Zoom link. All right. Charlotte's Web 59.99 says, received my drops. I need to know if I'm using them correctly. I'd love for you to come on up if you would. You should have gotten an email that has a form that says how to use and the drops that you actually purchased and a schedule of how to use them has day 1 through 30, 31 through 60, and 61 through 90. Let me know if you got that. If you actually got that document. And if not, I can send it to you, pretty immediately. But if you want to come up on the Zoom call, I'm more than happy to have you on the Zoom call and we can have a voice to voice chat. Okay. Today is it's a good day. Today is a really good day. It's a really good day. Tomorrow's going to be, well, tomorrow's Friday, so it's a work day. It's still a work day. However, it is going to be an interesting work day because I'm going down to a friend's house. He's smoking a turkey. Okay. There's Coco. Okay. Hi, Coco. Are you in?
Am I in the room?
You're in the room.
Oh, I'm so happy. This is Charlene and this is Charlene in Buffalo. I didn't know I was supposed to wait for an email.
Well,
So you got to send it to
if
me.
you've got the package, you should have gotten the email a couple of days before you got the package.
No, I didn't see it.
Okay. So this is
Mhm.
excuse me. It's kind of new technology and it works 99% of the time. We're still working on what's that 1%, you know.
I know that's right. Yeah, I'm there. Even with that working, it probably won't work for me and for another week after that.
No, well, that's where I come in because I'm
Okay, yeah.
manual input when it doesn't work. So I can actually email it to you and
Okay.
get it to you that way.
Okay. So far, I've been using it though.
Okay.
And I had the same issue that I don't know if you remember. I had the same issue that you had. My left eye was worse than the right eye, and you suggested I get the 40/60, right? I think it's 40/60
Yep.
because I got it put away, and this left my left eye is clearing up. I could actually see pictures. Yeah, I mean, instead of it just being like that big cloud over my eye, I can actually see pictures. I can see my lamps. I can see my furniture in the room where I wasn't able to do that. And I don't even know how to use it, but I was just dropping it in my eye. You said one drop. I was reading the instructions what it said on the bottle.
On the bottle.
Yeah, so I did
Yes.
one drop, in each eye, once in the morning and once at night. That's the way I was doing it, twice a day.
No, that's good. But the instructions will tell you to start with 4 times a day for 30 days. From day 31 to
Hmm.
60, you're going to do 3 times a day. And then from 61 until the end of the bottle, you're going to do twice a day. So,
Wow. So I can only imagine how good that's going to be because I can see the numbers on my phone right now with my left eye. And it's only been this is the sixth, seventh day.
yes,
I got my eye the right eye closed.
yes. And you
So
can
you
see it
said
with your
four
left eye.
times a day.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Okay, okay.
So, and the
That's
way
gonna
you
be
do it
even
four
better.
times a day is do it twice in an
Mhm.
hour. So every half an hour for 1 hour, twice in an
Mhm.
hour, you're going to you're going to drop the drops. And you
Okay.
always go ahead.
Mhm. No, no, I'll let you explain to me.
You always start with the revitalize. I hope you're doing that. Start
Yep,
with the
yep, I was starting with that
revitalize,
one.
and then you
Mhm.
drop the other drops. Do you have four and I?
Yeah, yeah. I have
Okay,
one but not four. What is it? It's got the number one on it.
that's revitalize.
Okay, revitalize. Yeah. Oh, and then I got the 40/60. It's just the two bottles.
So just those two bottles. Okay. So yeah, you're gonna do
Mhm.
revitalize first, 40, 60 second. You know, whatever time you do that, 30 minutes later, you're gonna do it again.
Oh, okay. Wow, I can only imagine what I'm going to be seeing in a moment because I've been doing it wrong and still can
You
see.
have not been doing it wrong. There is no wrong.
Oh,
So
oh, there's no.
there's
Okay, okay,
no, the only wrong way to use these drops is leave them in the bottle.
okay, okay. Gotcha. Oh,
So
wow, I'm just so excited.
no, it's phenomenal. I'm so excited for
It
you that
is.
I'm going to do a Eddie Murphy throwback. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules.
Hercules,
I think
Hercules,
that's
Hercules.
so fab. It's so fabulous.
Oh wow! And so, okay, so you're gonna send me the email, right? Did you want me
Yes.
to just put that in the back in on the YouTube?
If you can put it in the chat there, you can put it in the chat here on you can go to the bottom of the screen and hit the chat and put your email address, and then I'll email it to you.
All I'm getting is a phone number going across.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a dial in
Oh, maybe it doesn't let you do the chat on
on
so
the
put it,
Zoom.
yeah, put it in the YouTube
Okay,
if you don't mind.
thank you so much. Oh my goodness.
No, I'm so happy that you're seeing such dramatic change kind of immediately, like right off the bat, because it really does set you up for I want to keep doing this. It's kind of like going on a diet and losing 5 pounds the first day. You're like, no, I'm doing this tomorrow.
And I'm gonna tell you, I wasn't home a couple of days because I didn't, so I didn't have the drops with me. It still worked.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something that's the biggest thing.
Hmm.
It's what your eyes have to offer. So it's really like the drops are just doing some cleanup in the eye, and your eye is doing the restoration. Like whatever the natural process is, your eye's doing that restoration.
Oh. I don't understand that correct. So the eye itself is taking from what I'm putting in and saying this is what I need,
100%.
something like that. Okay,
100%.
okay.
100%. So it's like
Wow.
the drops are like the cleanup crew on a construction site. If the cleanup crew doesn't do its work, then everything's a mess and things can't move, functionally. You can't get around where you need to get around. So the drops are the cleanup crew. They're like, hey, this needs to go here, that needs to go there, move this out of the way. This is garbage, throw it away. And once all that's out of the way, your eye's like, hey, I need that thing right there. Let's put it over here. Great, better eyesight.
One more question. I noticed with one of the droppers you have that alcohol pad. So I was taking that and keeping everything sanitized. But I got, my own alcohol. I'm keeping it, sterilized with the alcohol before I
Yeah.
use the droppers.
So so the 4060 comes with a metal cap.
Hmm.
You can take the metal cap, throw it away. You use the alcohol pad to clean the dropper, and then you put the dropper in the bottle and leave it in the bottle.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, so I was doing that wrong too, but it's still working.
100%.
It's
That's
still
always
working.
the
I
best
was taking
answer.
the dropper. What I would do is I would keep the top on it, and I know the other one you got to shake it and everything. So I would take the top off and take the alcohol, clean the dropper, let it dry, come to it, and then put it back in. And then once I used it, I would clean it off again, put it back in the bag, and put the top back on.
Nope. Yeah, you don't have to do that. Just throw away
Oh,
that
okay.
metal top and then put the dropper
Hmm.
in and close it up, and you're good to go.
Good to go. All right. Thank you so much. Oh my God. I'll be driving soon, so I may be heading your way.
Come on. Come on. Without a doubt. That's
Yeah.
fabulous. I'm really
Thank you
excited
so
for you.
much, Leslie. Thank you so much. God bless you.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
Because
Thank
I kept
you.
seeing, I might just tell you this. I kept praying. I said, it's got to be a way you can melt this stuff off. Because
Yes.
I didn't want them going in my eye and digging and probing. My sister got her one eye done, just one. She said, Charlene, is painful. And she doesn't even want to go get the other one done. She said, it's painful. It hurts. She said, you can't scratch it. You can't do anything to that lens once it's in your eye.
You have
But
to
she
let it
said it's
heal
painful.
100%.
Got, yep. and she said she was taking whatever, ibuprofen or Aleve, whatever she takes, just to
Right.
stop the pain. So
Yeah,
I didn't
no,
want to go through that.
yeah. And it's different for everybody. It may not be painful for you, it's different for everybody. But the reality is you can't control anything once it's done. Once you start that step, you lose
Hmm.
control of every other aspect.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, well, another question. Now, with the eye, okay, one eye is stronger than the other. Should I still be putting in the same amount in the
Yes.
eye that's not as bad?
Yes.
Oh, all
Yes,
right.
because
Okay.
your eyes are connected, even though our eyes are separate, our eyes are connected in the brain, like through the optic nerve in the back of the brain. So what's happening on one side isn't always happening on the other side, but the ability for what happens is if the cataract buildup can't happen over here, the function of whatever's creating that protein is probably still alive in in the eye system. You
Hmm.
want to knock it out on both sides. So it just can't,
Wow.
like, it's not going to go to the other side and start building up there.
Wow. And another thing, so how long when do I know to change to a different strength, or will it come to a point where I would need a different strength?
Yes. So when you get to the point where you're either going to be at a stage where you're done with the 40/60 and the cataract's gone and you're good, right? Then
Hmm.
you would want to
Hmm.
go into a maintenance. So then you want to like use the C clear with DMSO and maybe the 30/70 or the 20/80, one of those two. But you don't want to go there until you've had enough traction on that cataract. So because what you'll do is as it gets better, you're just going to use the
Hmm.
product less. That's why the scale down. So that's why you use it 4 times a day the first 30 days, and then 3 times a day the second 30 days, and then twice a day the last 30 days. Because as
Oh,
things
okay.
get better, you need to use it less.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're
And
more
I'll
than
go
welcome.
back and put my email in because I can't do
Okay.
it from this page.
Okay. Yeah, it won't let you put it in the chat here.
No, I can't. I'm not. I don't see it.
Okay. All right. I'll have to work on that. Another technology moment.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem at all. You take the best care.
Yeah. God bless.
Okay. All right. Bye. Devora, how are you doing? I gotta unmute you. Hang on just a second. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna ask you to unmute. You
Okay,
should be, there you go.
there you go. I think I'm unmuted.
You are unmuted. I am talking to you direct. This is
Sh
awesome.
Yeah, she might not be able to see where to put it in the chat, by the way, because like I don't see it when I'm looking, but if I tap my screen, then the controls show up at the bottom.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and one of them says chat. So
Right.
just
So when
passing
you
on
click
that
on it, when
information.
you click on it, does it allow you to type?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If I tap my screen, then the controls show up at the bottom, and one of them says chat. And when I click on chat, then it allows me to type just like a regular chat.
Okay, excellent. I'll make sure that
So
because on
yeah, she
mine
might not
it
be
stays
seeing
up
those
all the time.
controls.
Yeah, on mine it's staying up all the time. That panel stays up all the time, so I don't have
Yeah,
to do anything to bring it up.
yeah.
So,
The
Now,
host
it,
panel stays up all the time.
now it will give you the option to send directly to someone or send it to all the participants in the Zoom
Right,
call. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
okay. All right, all right, all right.
Okay.
So,
You look fabulous these days, girl. I don't know
well,
what you are doing, but you look fabulous.
thank you,
And
thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
and,
I'll take it.
and I wish that background was real because I wish you were someplace that was out warm and sunny and beautiful, but I'm assuming it's not.
No, it's not. But that background is a part of my history because I'm pretty
Gorgeous.
positive that that background is Honolulu.
Looks
And
like it.
that island in the back is Rabbit Foot's Island off
Oh,
Waikiki Beach.
okay. Yeah, it looks like Honolulu. My son went to college there. It looks like Honolulu to me.
Yeah,
Anyway, I got my 4 and I, that replacement bottle of the
yes,
4 and I.
yeah,
And so I haven't talked with you since, last we talked, you were just having me do nothing for 2 days and then just the Lustra for 2 days
right.
and then start with the 4 and I. I didn't get the 4 and I for a couple of weeks, so I couldn't start with it. So what I ended up doing was just doing the Lustra for about a week and a half. And which actually really, really makes my eyes feel good. You said pay attention to any little notices. I really notice just I don't get the filminess with the Lustra. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Does it not have castor oil in it?
Um,
The Lustra?
I don't think it does. I don't think it does have castor oil in it.
I don't think it does either because I don't get the filminess with it or with the Revitalize. But anyway, I have the 4 and I now, so I wanted to go ahead and start trying to use that again. I don't know what's changed with my eyes because I know you said the product formulation hasn't changed, but the 4 and I, it is like having shards of glass in my eye. It's not burning. I mean, it does burn, but not burning like the other drops will burn. This
Right.
is like, it feels like shards of glass. And I have to flush my eyes and flush my eyes and flush my eyes and it's like, I don't know if there's more honey in it than the old formula, but
No.
I mean, my eyelids stick together. I have to use warm compresses after I use it. It's not working for me very well at all. But anyway, that being said,
Okay.
um, I quit using it because it's just a horrible feeling. And I quit using it and I started using the 4060 that you sent me. And I'm getting quite a collection of bottles over here. I
Yeah.
have a because I had a bunch of 40 or 3070 and now I have the 4060. And so I started using the 4060 and I was a little apprehensive because I thought, wow, is this going to really hurt? It doesn't. It actually doesn't bother me as much as the 3070, which is weird to
Really?
me. I would think it would bother me more.
I would think so too.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm using, can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Okay, because somehow the sound got weird. Um, so I'm using the 4060 during the day, like twice in the morning and then once in the like this time of day. And then I do the 3070 before I go to bed. I put it in my eyes immediately before I put my eye mask on.
Okay.
Um, so that's kind of what I've been doing right now, just until I could talk to you again and see, what do you think? I'm still just not getting any breakthrough, which is frustrating to me. I'm still there, my eyes just still are progressively getting worse and not from the product. I don't mean that. I'm not saying that the product's making it worse. It's just the macular degeneration. And I'm just wondering if there's something else I should be doing. What am I doing wrong? You know, I don't know
You're
what to do.
not, first of all, you're not doing anything wrong. We have to discover what it is your eyes are lacking and
Hmm.
then figure out how to feed that. So the fact that the Lester is working for you is huge. Like that's a really big positive, right?
Yeah, that feels good when I use that, and when I use the obviously the Revitalize I use with everything, but
Right.
the Lustra, yeah, the Lustra feels good. I just wasn't sure if it had anything in it that was going to help with the macular degeneration and
So
the floaters. I've got really bad floaters still.
yeah. So I do believe that the luster is going to help with the macular degeneration, but it's not going to be a big lift, you know?
Okay,
And that's the thing. The 4060 would be the bigger lift.
okay.
And what I think I would like you to do is start using the 3070 and 4060 in unison. So since you're not using the 4 and I, what
Okay.
I'd like you to do is start the day with the Revitalize and then use the Luster and then wait 30 minutes. Then use the Revitalize again, then 3070, then 4060.
So right in a row, those three right in a row.
Those three right in a row. Yes.
So revitalize and the luster first thing in the morning, and then wait about 30 minutes, did you say?
Yes.
And then do the revitalize, the 30/70, and then the 40/60 in that
Yes.
order.
Yes.
Okay. I have C clear too. I've got quite a bit of C clear. I don't have much 40/60 because I just have the one bottle that I just got from you, and I've gone through about half of it already. I have a lot of 30/70.
Okay.
So I'll have to get some more 40/60 because I probably only have about a half a bottle, maybe not even a half a bottle left.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, let me take care of that. Let me send you another bottle of 4060.
okay. And
Because
do you want me to you don't have to refund me obviously, but do you want me to send you back this
nope,
the
because
foreign eye?
I think you're going to be able to use the foreign eye. I think we got to get your eyes to the point where using the foreign eye is going to be valuable to you.
Okay, now I
So,
don't refrigerate them because I live in the north and even with the heat on it never gets more than 70 in the house.
right. And
And
you don't need to in that situation. But
I
like
didn't
if
think
you were
so.
living on this island and
Right.
and you didn't have AC because you were living in a hut on the beach, you'd need a refrigerator.
That's kind of what I thought. I wish I was living on that island.
100%.
Like
I would have to do house calls if you were living on that. I'd be like, I
yeah,
gotta
you
come
would.
see you.
Well, you can even come see me in Oregon. That'd be good too. But the it's funny because my son who went to college in Hawaii, one of his roommates from college who still lives in Honolulu is over here visiting right now. And I'm like, Jay, can I maybe stow away in your luggage? Can I just
Like,
go
yeah,
home
no,
with you?
I just want you to know I'm coming and I'm not gonna be in the luggage. I'm gonna be
Right.
in the seat next to you, and you're just gonna have to deal with it.
And you're just gonna have to find room for me because I'm not
100,
planning on just visiting. I'm
100%.
planning on staying. Yeah.
100%, 100%. I'm gonna walk around until I have to sit, and then I'm gonna walk again until I have to sit. Like
So how often should I do that progression? Like with starting with the revitalize and then the lustra in the
I
morning.
I want you to do it for 2 weeks, and I want to see what kind of changes you may have in the 2 weeks.
Okay, I don't mean how
Specifically,
long. I don't mean that. I mean how many times a day.
oh, so I would want you to do that twice a day,
Oh, okay, just twice a day. Okay.
just because you're doing the 30, 70, 40, 60. I don't want to overwhelm your eyes.
Okay. So just do the progression of the revitalize, then the lustra, wait a half hour, and then do the revitalize, the 30/70, and then the 40/60.
Yes.
Did you know you just quit recording?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It is
All
what
right.
it is.
I just wanted you to know that. Um, and then wait and do it again like right before I go to bed.
Yes.
Okay, so just the twice a day. Yeah, because I have them sitting here and I just reach to them all day long,
I
and
love
maybe I'm
seeing all
just doing
that
too much.
blue.
Yeah, maybe I'm just doing too much and aggravating them or something. So I'll do that.
No,
Now, if during the day I just feel like my eyes need a little more support, I can just do the revitalize.
you can do the luster, you could do the sea clear, like any of that is fine.
Okay, yeah, I have quite a bit of C clear. I think I have 3 bottles of it, so
Okay.
I could add that in the middle of the day.
Yeah, no, that'd be absolutely fine to do that. Not a problem.
Yeah, and I did find, we were talking about the itching issue, and I first of all, I did decide that it wasn't causing the congestion. Well, yes and no. It's not causing the congestion directly, but what happens is if I put on any skincare products at all, then I start getting really congested. And I think it's just because there's residual on my skin still, and it's just driving it
Yes.
into my sinuses.
Yes.
The DMSO. That's not, but the itching I still have. Now I did the test on the inside of my arm. I don't really notice any welts. Of course, I can't see that well, but I don't feel any welts.
Right.
And it's just that my face feels really itchy afterwards, and so my eyes feel itchy. So I just like today I just put I took a cold compress and just put it on my eyes about 20 minutes after I did the last drops.
Okay. Yeah, and
Just
that's just one of those we gotta work through it
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
scenarios. Um, because it just isn't easy to tackle all those things
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured that's what it was. It was just something I got to deal with. And I just been using the cold compress on my eyes afterwards, and that seems to help. Okay, well, I will change to this new protocol. I'll do it for a couple of weeks and then I will talk with you again. I'm glad you're doing these Zooms. It's easier to talk to you on here than try to talk to you on TikTok.
No, 1,000%, a thousand
Yeah.
percent. And I'm doing this on purpose because I want to be able to be more available to people that are actually using the products as opposed to people that are just randomly asking questions.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And because sometimes, yeah, yeah, I think sometimes TikTok you can get people that are kind of rambling and then
No,
and then somebody that's using the products can't jump on and ask a question like in this case. Not that I can't ramble, don't get me wrong.
no, no, no. You're not that kind of rambler. Like we've got people that are like they're telling their life story every week. And I'm
Yeah.
like, look,
Yeah.
we all
Well,
know.
yeah. TikTok, I have that on my lives too. And I think that it's just a case of some people, it's their only connection with
Yes.
other people. And
Yeah.
it's a space that they need to be able to just connect. And so, I mean, what can you do about it? I'm glad you're doing this. Let's put it that way.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think it's going to be very helpful. I'm also doing a deeper dive. So I now have three different categories of consultation.
Hmm.
So, and one is just in the basic is the initial consultation. And it's like $97 an hour of my time. And we go through the whole entire of your eye situation, the whole 9 yards. And then there's a second level that's $297. You can do it month over month or just one time, but that entails a weekly call. The initial
Hmm.
consultation plus a
Hmm.
weekly call for the month. And then the VIP is $1,000. It's $997 and one time, but it's a 3 month course, but it's $997 one time. And that's the consultation. And it also includes the products that I recommend, and it includes two weekly calls with me for an hour.
Hmm.
So, two
Yeah.
times, 2 hours a week for the month or for the 3 months. Sorry, for the 3 months. And you do that, so that people that need more hand holding,
Yeah.
it works out well. And I'm not saying this really for your benefit. I'm saying it for the benefit of anybody else that might be listening. Um, but
I was
people
just
need,
I was just gonna say, as much as I've talked to you in the last 5 months now, I'm gonna have to get a mortgage.
no, 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 no. Like
You've been very, very gracious.
it took me a while to learn what I wanted to do. Like, what am I
Yeah.
willing to do? What do I
Yeah.
want to do? And what do I think is necessary?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there are people that just need the hand holding right at the beginning and they're good to go after that. And then there are those people that I talk to 3 times a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've been talking to them 3 times a week for months.
Yeah. Hopefully I don't fall in that category.
Not at all. Not at
I don't
all.
think I do.
And
But
I don't mind it, but it's like you're
it's your
taking up
time.
so much of my time
Yeah.
that either
Yes.
I need to back you off because you don't want to pay the money, or back you off because, or but roll you into you're going to pay the money and then we're going to spend the time. And then I'm going to have the expectation that you're going to do what we agreed you're going to do.
Yeah. And I think that there is some accountability that you have to have. People have to have. They have to be willing to have some accountability. I mean, you also end up with people who just barely can afford the drops. And so that's, you're going to run into that situations too some. I mean, it's
No,
between,
but
oh
that's
my gosh, the
that's
stuff I've spent out of my eyes is insane.
no, I understand. But that's why I have these free calls and
Right, right,
my TikTok, and the Facebook free stuff. And
right,
so
right.
I've dotted around enough free stuff that anybody that really needs to get a hold to me that doesn't
Yeah,
have budget for it, they
yeah.
can do that with very little issue.
Well, and I don't mean to suggest that I've spent that kind of money with you. I have spent a lot of money with you, but not, I don't feel like, oh my God, I've spent so much money with you. But between you and Andy, Andy's
No,
expensive.
Andy's very expensive,
Yeah,
and going to
yeah,
see him and then doing the red
yeah,
light therapy, and like it's expensive. I know it's
yeah,
expensive. Even if you're just doing normal optometrist, ophthalmologist, if you have to have a neuro ophthalmologist, like
yeah.
it's thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and we don't even have a neuro ophthalmologist locally, for me to go to because sometimes I wonder if the brain tumor I had has some effect on my eyes. So I've
Right.
been taking some nutrients for my brain that are supposed to help with brain eye. We'll see. Um, because I'm just trying everything, but I haven't even gone and seen Andy, and I think I've already spent almost $4,000 just between the microstem and the red eyeglasses, and I think
Right.
his telehealth was like $500.
Right.
Um, and again, a workman's worthy of his hire, so I'm not complaining about that either. But it's when you're a widow on a fixed income, it adds up
No, a hundred
quickly.
percent, especially when you're not seeing the kind of change that you're expecting, that you're hoping for, that you're working for, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. When my eyes get back to where I can drive again, I will get a mortgage and split it between you and Andy. with with joy, with
I know. I
joy.
think when your eyes actually get back where you're driving, we should all meet somewhere. Like we'll just all get in the car and meet somewhere.
That's right.
That'd be
We'll
the
we'll
right
meet.
answer.
I go down to Florida every year to my daughter, so I'll just have a layover in Atlanta. I'll just make sure
100%.
I'm coming through Atlanta.
100%. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
No, it is my goal to continue this conversation until we hit on the thing that your eyes need, because it's teaching me something too. It's not
yeah,
just for your benefit, because there'll be people coming behind you that have the same level of, you know, trauma that they're trying to resolve.
right.
And this teaches me, okay, if it's not working this way, try this, try this. When
Yeah,
you say the luster really, makes my eyes feel good and it works for me, and okay, that tells me, because I know the ingredients that are in that drop, it tells me where your eyes really are struggling. And your eyes are
right.
struggling in my mind on the front side. So the corneal area is really what's having a struggle. So feeding that will
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that, this will penetrate deep enough into my eyes to take care of the drusen's or at least reduce them, because I wish I had learned about you and Andy before it got to this point because I have geographic atrophy.
Yes.
And so, at some point Andy's like, I don't know how much will come back. Although I do have to say, my right or my left eye's always been a little better than my right eye. It seems to me like they're both equally as bad now, which is kind of discouraging. But
Yeah.
the other day, I was going down the street, not driving, by the way. Somebody was driving me. Just want to
Yeah.
clarify that. Don't want to freak anybody out that I was out there driving.
Oh my
But
God.
I was going down the street. I know I freak out my neighbor if I drive down to the grocery store, which is like within the subdivision, so I don't have to go on any streets.
Right,
She
right.
just like freaks out if I drive down there, which I don't real I'm not really doing now. But I saw off of the very left peripheral, all of a sudden there was just kind of a flashing moment of clarity. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. Are those cells on that side of my eye starting to come back online a little bit, maybe? I mean, it was
Well,
just very, very momentary, but I know you told me to look for the smallest changes.
yes, yes.
And
And it could be,
it's easy to see the changes where it's getting worse. It's not
well,
as
'cause
easy to see the
you're hyper
changes.
focused on those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I, I
But
actually I actually started doing something. I don't mean to keep interrupting you. I'm
that's
sorry.
okay.
I started doing something interesting because, Andy talked just recently. I do a weekly Zoom call with him on Thursdays and with the whole group, his whole group. And and I bring you up every Thursday to make sure people know if you're not doing the drops, do those also. I bring it up at every Zoom
Add
call.
it to the list.
I do. I'm like, you gotta go on and go to Bear Cat Body and get their eye drops. But he was talking about the mind connection, and how you know, how emotionally devastating it is when you lose your eyesight and you lose your ability to drive and read and do all, you know, like I have trouble even making dinner because I'm always afraid there's going to end up being a finger in the salad and we don't need any protein in my salad. And, you
Right.
know, just, you know, things like that. I get discouraged. And he was talking about, you know, about taking your thoughts captive. And I remembered that when I was first diagnosed, because I think I told you the story, I had this crazy doctor that I went to locally that this was in 2017, July of 2017, and I wasn't having any symptoms. But because I had a family history of macular degeneration, I was going in every 6 months and having it checked. And they, you know, would say, "Oh, looking pretty good. Yeah, you have a little bit of drusen's, but it's not affecting your vision. Come back in 6 months. We'll tell you the same thing." And so I had gone in, and
Exactly.
this doctor walked in and said to me, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We have to take your driver's license away because your vision's gotten that bad." And I said, "What?" I said, "No way." I said, I don't notice any difference with my vision." And she goes, "No, your tests all came back bad. You can't pass your eye test anymore. We got to take your driver's license away." I was hysterical.
I
And
bet.
my husband, who never went to eye appointments with me, happened to be at this one and he was freaked out. Then the nurse walks in and she says, "I'm so sorry I gave you the wrong chart."
Oh my God.
Hmm. And instead of this doctor saying to me, now keep in mind, this doctor is the daughter of some friends of mine. So, but instead of this doctor saying to me, "Oh God, I'm so sorry to freak you out like that. No, everything looks good. You know, we're doing fine." Instead of saying that, she says, "Well, the reality is you are going to go blind probably in the next 6 months to a year, and so you just need to get used to it, and you need to be prepared to just give up your driver's license because you're going to go blind."
What?
And yeah, and I walked out of there, Leslie. I was shaking. I could barely walk out of there, and I got in the car and I looked at my husband and he goes, "You are never going back there." And he goes, "That woman literally spoke a curse over you." And that's what
Yeah.
it felt like. It felt like it,
Yeah.
you know, and I was like, "All right, that's it. I'm done." And so then I went to a couple other eye doctors here locally in Central Oregon where I live, and they were just as horrible. And during COVID, one of them during COVID wanted me to double mask, which was bad enough. I couldn't even breathe. And then he
Yeah.
wanted me to wear one of those plastic face shields and then tell me I was doing poorly on my eye test. I'm like, I can't breathe,
What?
and
I
you want me to
cannot
try to do an
see.
eye
Are you
test through
kidding me?
a face shield? You know, I just, hang on, I lost my volume, I think. What happened here? Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Yeah.
Okay, you went away for a minute, but you're back now.
Okay.
Um, Sometimes my tablet will turn off the Bluetooth.
Right.
But
No worries.
so I hadn't been able to find anybody here locally, and I just finally said the hell with it. I just quit going to a local doctor because I thought, why? You know, they're not doing anything but speaking curses over me. So anyway, when she told me that, what I didn't even remember that I did this until the other day. I remembered it. I would at night when I would get up to go to the bathroom. I keep my bedroom very, very dark at night, and I would when I would get up to go to the bathroom at night, I would practice walking back to the bathroom with this mindset. Oh, okay, this is what it's going to be like when I go blind. Well, I can function. I was practicing being blind.
Right.
I was practicing being blind. And this struck me so powerfully the other day. You need to start practicing seeing, not practicing being blind.
No, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
it's
And
because our
at least,
mindset affects us.
yeah, and at least practice the expectation that you can
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
I
yeah.
expect to see.
Yeah. And so now I get up and I start looking around and I go, wow, I can see that pretty well. And that's good. Okay. Look how good I'm seeing that. And I try to focus on what I can see, not what I can't see.
Exactly. No, and that's highly beneficial. And I tell people, pick something in your house, excuse me, that has detail in it.
Yeah.
So, for instance, when I was first starting this journey, my mom had a quilt that had, all this beautiful material and had all this detail in it. And I would pay attention to what colors can I see?
Yeah.
And then I'd ask my daughter, how much of this is orange? And she would say, yeah, none of it's orange. It's got red. And I'd be like, okay, so I can't see red. That lets me know something.
Hmm.
Um, and then other colors that I couldn't make out the difference, if there was gray, I couldn't tell if it was light gray or dark gray. It was just all one shade of gray. So I knew
Hmm.
that my, color spectrum was off. Okay, that's fine. To have her help me measure things like how wide something is. I would test where I was in a room by touching the wall, where I thought the wall was. That gave that 15 minutes a day. And
Oh,
the
wow.
rest of
Okay.
the day was about how I'm restoring my eyesight.
Interesting. Yeah, I have two things, two fairly good size things on the wall. One's a tree of life, and the other one's a flower of life, like metal sculpture on the wall across the room from me
Nice.
in the living room here. And so I look and I try to see, okay, how much detail can I see in that? Am I seeing
Yeah,
it, can I see it better with one eye or can I see it better with the other? I just am really trying to pay attention to that because, Andy had said put up an eye chart. Well, I can't see the eye chart at all.
right.
I can't,
Yeah,
I can't see even the big E on the eye chart, no matter how close I am, hardly.
right.
Um, but the color thing, I one of my biggest problems that I've developed in the last year and a half has been the photosensitivity, the light sensitivity.
Yes.
I almost have to wear sunglasses in the house because I have a very light, bright house, as you can see from the window behind me. It's always really light in my house, and so
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like I need to wear sunglasses in the house. I don't, but I feel like it. But if I'm outside, I definitely do. And one of the things I said to my son the other day, because thank God, he lives with me and he's great about driving me places, and thank God for that. But we were going somewhere the other day, and I said to him, it's not that I can't really drive. I can sort of sort of see other cars.
I
Um,
could sort of kind of make, yeah, that's a truck. Yeah. Okay.
I can I can sort of see other cars if I pay real close attention and have my sunglasses on. But what I have a hard time with is the stoplight.
Yes.
And
So
I can see the red and I can see the yellow, but I can't see the
see the
green.
green. So here's the deal. Do you have pinhole glasses?
No.
I want you to get a pair of pinhole glasses off Amazon. Get the cheap ones.
Okay.
You don't need to spend a lot of money on this.
Okay.
I want you to wear the pinhole glasses in the house.
Oh, okay.
They're not sunglasses,
Right.
but they're going to limit the light.
Oh, okay. Okay. I will do that. I'll get a
They
pair
will
of pinhole
enhance your
glasses.
focus and they will limit the light. So
Okay.
that I think will help you just generally in your day without having to put sunglasses on or feel like you need to put sunglasses on. And it'll give your eyes chance to rest and relax because the photophobia isn't so constant.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll do that. I'll get some pinhole glasses off of Amazon. So I have a personal question. Is there anybody else on here besides you and I right now?
Coco,
Oh, hi, Coco. Coco, I don't mind asking the question in front of her because it's a personal
Hey.
question for you. Because you're not married, right?
I know I am not.
Okay, because I have got this whole story in my mind how you've met the great love of your life, and that's why you've changed your appearance so much and you look so fabulous. Because a woman, when she looks that fabulous, has got to be in love. That's my new story I've come up
I'm in
about
love
you.
with my granddaughter. I'm in love with my
I know
granddaughter.
you are.
She is the most fabulous thing in my world at the moment. And she just makes me so happy. So I really think the happiness is showing up.
How old is she?
She's 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got, my little grandson, I think I
Yes.
told you that had been in the horrible accident. He just turned 5 and his parents actually decided to separate here a couple of weeks ago, which
Oh man.
it's probably a good thing. It's been pretty difficult, and it's probably a good thing. But I want so badly to be able to babysit him, and I can't because, and I get it, they don't trust me with having him. If there was an emergency, what am I going to do?
Call
With my
911
vision.
like anybody else.
Well, yeah, but he has because he has all these tubes and hoses coming out of his abdomen's still completely open, and he's
Right.
on an IV pole, and he's got these drain tubes and everything coming out. If, like my son said the other day, if one of those drain tubes were to let go right away, he said you would have to be able to immediately replace it. Because I said, can't I call 911? And he said the stomach acid would burn him so badly if you couldn't deal with that immediately. He
Yeah.
said, you've got about 3 minutes to deal with it when it happens. And he said, you just can't see well enough to do that, Mom. And he's right. I wouldn't be able to see to change the drains and everything and all the hoses.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm hoping I tried to talk him into, he just bought a new farm, beautiful place. And, well, I'm trying to talk him into letting me put an ADU on it. I haven't talked him into the ADU for me yet. I was
100%.
like, oh my God, just gonna move on there and live there. And then I can
Exactly.
take
Why
care of the
not?
baby. Yeah. And but I told him, I said, because he said he might just have the baby out there. Well, he's not a baby, he's 5. He might have him out there with him a couple of days a week, just when he's working on the farm and stuff like that, and he's going to be at the farm. And I said, that's going to be really hard for you to have a 5-year-old when you're trying, first of all, with tractor, you already had an accident on the farm. I said, I could come and stay at the house with him
Yeah.
and be in the house with him. And then if something happened, you're right there on the
You're
farm.
right there.
I
Yeah.
could run and grab you,
Or call
and
them on the cell phone and be like, yeah, I need you to get here now.
yeah, come immediately. Yeah, because I understand there, and I would probably be as freaked out and panicked too if I had a child that was in a life-threatening situation 24/7 for 5 years or 4 years now. The
Yeah.
accident was
But the
4 years
thing
ago.
is, they have to start realizing too, though, that the aftermath can be just as traumatic as the initial event. So
It has been.
if you're gonna always treat every situation like, your emergent situation is more necessary to pay attention to than you living as normally as possible. Like, and
Yeah,
so those, and they can take it moment by moment. Like you can do 30 minutes. You go to the farm. I'm going to go out for 30 minutes. I'm going to be back in 30 minutes. Everything's
yeah,
okay. Okay. Now let's make it 45,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I think they're, like she's never actually left his side since the accident. My
Wow.
son had to, because they lived in the hospital for 3 years.
Yeah.
He was on life support for 6 months, and then when he got off life support, he was in the hospital for 2.5 more years. And my son had to force her to go take a shower in the
Yeah.
like in the bathroom that's in the hospital room, in his hospital room, because she would not leave his side. And I get that. I get that he has a very precarious situation that could, I mean,
He has a
the
special
least
set of
little,
needs. He just has a special set of needs.
yeah,
And everybody has to be cognizant of that.
yeah,
But as he's getting older and stronger and more, capable and aware, you got to start expanding the opportunity for
yeah,
as much normalcy as is reasonable.
yeah. And I think that, they're trying to do that with having his cousins over so he has people to play with because he can't go to school.
Right.
He can't do the things that you would normally do at that age. But so I just want to get where I can see well enough that I feel comfortable and they feel comfortable having me take care of him,
Yes.
but I think a good starting spot is me being out there when his dad's there, he's just out in the field,
Exactly. Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
can I can get him in the house in 2 minutes.
He's no more than 5 minutes away and,
Right,
just back in and come back in here and handle this.
right,
And that he sets a time limit for how long he can be actually gone. Like I'm only going to be gone for 45 minutes and I'm going to come right back, check and see what's going on, and I'll go back
right,
out. Like
right.
that's a way to handle it. It's more work on the adult, but the reality is no matter what you do, it's more work on you.
Well, that's it. Like right now they're spending probably, what did he tell me the other day? He said they spend about 6 hours a day, between 3 hours in the morning and 3 hours at night. It takes them about 3 hours just to change all the hoses and the bags and the IVs and
Right.
He said, because, you know, everything has to be sterilized, the environment has to be sterilized, you have to be sterilized. And he said, it takes us about 3 hours in the morning and 3 hours at night to do everything, just
Right.
under normal circumstances.
No, I get that. I get that 1,000%. And I get the
Yeah,
fear and I get the concern and I get the worry. I was a single parent, and when my daughter was growing up, the pedophile news was constant. I felt like it was a
yeah,
constant barrage.
yeah,
And every time a man looked at her and was too interested, I would
yeah,
immediately be freaking out and like, don't look at my
yeah,
kid.
exactly. Yeah,
So it's we all have the different levels of concern and worry and stress. Um,
yeah,
and it makes it harder when those levels of concern and worries and stress are lifetime movies. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
Like
And that's what
now,
it's because it is right now. It's a lifetime movie for him.
yeah,
You know, it's
exactly.
yeah.
So
We, you
it's
know,
harder.
he hasn't been able to do any food or drink by mouth since the accident. So 4 years he hasn't had any food or drink by mouth.
Right,
And because he has this hole in his abdomen and it would just go into there and go septic.
right.
Um, but now they put him on a different little apparatus, so he still can't really eat, but he can have anything that's soft enough just to goes through and goes right into the drain bag. So he can have things like applesauce and pudding and things mushy avocado mushed
Yeah,
up and stuff like that. Just to it doesn't give him any nutrition because it just goes right out through the drain bag, but
that
it
sensation.
gives him, yeah, and it trains him to put things in his mouth because after the accident, he developed what they call oral aversion, where you don't want to put anything in your mouth at all. You don't want
Yeah,
anything near your mouth. And he developed that for about a year and a half. And so finally they've got him past that. So now he can put soft things in his mouth. And so I said to him the other day, I said, Arlo, baby, I said, you can have applesauce now. Well, he looked at me with such disgust. He says, he puts his little hands on his hips and he goes, Grandma, I'm 5 years old. He goes, applesauce is for babies.
oh my gosh. Well,
I know,
he has self-awareness. That's
I,
awesome.
I know. I said, well, I love applesauce. And he just looked at me like I was dumber than a box of rocks. It was so funny. I was like, well, okay, maybe not applesauce. How about chocolate pudding?
Exactly. We'll find something.
We'll find something.
We'll
That's right.
find something. Like I don't want you to, okay, sorry I said applesauce. Let's go with
Yeah,
something
exactly. So have you because I notice I'm still the only one on here besides Coco, but are you the have you put out information about that you're doing this Zoom call?
Yes. Yeah. So, and
Okay.
it's because I can't target everybody, and I just got Zoom set up the right way. I still have to
Right.
do my background with the eye. I'm planning on doing that. I was trying to do it today and have it for today's call.
I like that. I like that for a change though. That's just kind
You
of
do?
relaxing. It's relaxing.
It kind of is. I think so too.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah,
it
I like that.
makes it easy to talk kind of
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I have to do an email, and I'm going to schedule the email to go out every day that I'm on. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm on, and I'm going to send the link so people can get to the Zoom call if they want to get to it. And so this week is kind of like just trial by fire. We're
Right. Yeah.
figuring it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. You're doing a good job. So, I got to go back. I got to remember so when I get off here, I remember what to put an order in for. Uh, the 4060 and the Lustra, right? That was what we were talking about. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
I'll put in it. I'll put it in an order for the 4060 and the Lustra as soon as I get off the phone here. Are you guys getting caught up on your orders?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Working diligently. That's another technology. Got to figure out how all this tech is working together and not working. Um, we I usually print 100 orders at a time when I print them. So I print 100 orders at a time, and we work through the 100 orders. And somehow the past few months, it's like since November, every 100 orders, there's 5 or 10 that never seem to get worked. They never get a shipping label. They're never in the list. Like it's weird. And then somebody will call and they'll be like, I never got my order. And I'm like, what's going on? So we're trying to work through the technology issues that are occurring and we're not cognizant of them. Like I
Right.
don't mind if the data is not complete, if I can tell it's not complete.
Right.
But if I buy 100 and I ship 100, I want to know why is there 5 to 7 that never got into that 100? Because all I'm doing is saying, give me the next 100. And if the next 100 are all unfulfilled, those 5 or 7 should have been in that 100. Why are they not in that stack?
Yeah. Yeah, because at first, back in September when I started with the product, I didn't have any problems and I would get things usually within a week, maybe 10 days. And then it seemed like in December it started where I would get a tracking number, but then the products would never show up.
Yeah,
And
and that's
and I
that's
know I
what
know Coco said you had some supply chain issues with getting
we
something for the
did.
supply chain.
But the bigger issue was that we'd have these orders that just wouldn't fit into the profile, the way that I was working it. So I had to change
Hmm.
what I was doing. We changed the company that we're buying the labels from. Like that, like when you have those problems, you got to look at everything. Like what is the issue? And
Yeah.
I still haven't located exactly what the issue is, but I've located other issues, solved those issues, looking at this issue. So I'm
And
hoping,
you use Shopify, don't you?
yes.
So you may never get on top of that issue.
I may
Sorry.
not.
We,
No, I
used it
understand.
we've used it for many, many years with our business here with the farm. That's what we aren't using it at now. We're just doing direct sale, but we did for the first couple of years, 2, 3 years, we did it with the farm and we just could never get over the the issue with shipping with Shopify.
Shopify.
And
Yeah,
and
and
so
Shippo is their partner, and so Shippo is who I would ship with predominantly. But then the data flow between Shopify and Shippo became a problem. It didn't
yeah.
always That didn't work right all the time. So then I'm back on Shopify 100%, but now Shopify is still showing that there's challenges just using Shopify. So now I'm at that point where
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we're getting big enough that we really have to think about what's going to work for us. What is
Yeah.
going to work and what is not going to work. And I would rather have everybody have to wait an extra 3 or 4 days to get their order processed. And
Hmm.
really, lately it's been more like 5 or 6 days,
Hey,
but
Saya, there's
everybody has
groceries
to
on the front
wait.
porch.
Then when I
Sorry.
when I do print those 100 orders, I know the 100 are all viable, reasonable, they're all worked, everything's done.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
it's a tough thing for all small businesses. I mean, I ran the office for the farm for 5 years, I think, and uh, it was just one thing after another with shipping. It just drove me crazy, and and a big problem with Shopify, and I've noticed this with you guys too. So I know it's still a continuing problem with Shopify that we had also, is that Shopify will send out a tracking number and then it would send me an email and tell me it was delivered. Coco
right.
Coco knows what I'm talking about because I
No, a
actually
hundred
use them
percent,
a
a
lot.
hundred
And
percent.
and I'd say, Coco, this is says it's delivered, but I didn't get it. And then it turns out it wasn't even shipped yet.
Right. It hasn't even shipped yet. And that's
Right.
because they have these expected um landing
Yeah.
dates.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
print a shipping label and you have to choose the date that it's going to ship on. And if you give it to the shipper the next day, Shopify still thinks it shipped the day before.
Yeah.
So it's going to tell the customer it got delivered 2 days before it ever even gets
Shipped.
anywhere
Yeah,
near being delivered.
I was gonna say I would get notices that have been delivered when it hadn't even been shipped yet.
Yeah. No, because
And
it's
and
just
I was
like,
like, what?
why, who's, and then it's like ghost communication. Because I'm
Yeah.
telling Shopify,
Horrible.
I don't want these emails going out. Where are these emails coming from?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, no, it's not coming from us. It could be shop. Or you, and then they make you walk through all of your email automation. You know, you've got something automated that's, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's you. Just say that it's you.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't agree with you more. That's exactly what our experience was too. Exactly
Yeah,
the same thing.
it can be devastating because it's upsetting to people, and I understand it. I'm like, I totally understand it. And between Shopify shop and our actual emails,
Yeah.
the level of confusion between us and the customer is over, through the roof.
Yeah, absolutely. I experienced the exact same thing with our company. Exact same thing. Yeah. No, you're well, and you've had I would suspect, I don't know this, but I'm hoping that this is true that you've had a huge explosion in growth.
So we're growing. It hasn't been a huge explosion.
Really?
It's been a really good uplift. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, good.
it's not that hockey stick, thank God.
Yeah.
It's a lot slower, but it really has been consistent.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, just 'cause the reason I thought you had this huge explosion is like when I'm on Andy's calls and and he usually has about 20 people on his calls on Thursdays, sometimes not. The last couple of weeks have been a little screwy because he's been traveling. But I'll say something about the drops and I've noticed how many of the people are saying, "Oh yeah, I got them too. I'm doing it. I talked to Leslie, da da da." You know, and so I thought, "Oh, great. She's getting a whole lot more business. I'm glad to see that." So, I'm glad it's a
It's
manageable increase.
Yes, yeah, it is functionally manageable, and I want it to escalate more and more and more, but I really want it to escalate once we have these bigger issues kind of solved, so we're not
You
constantly
do.
chasing our tails.
Yeah, you do. You wanna get that straightened out before it takes off too much because it's so hard to get out in front of it if you don't. And that's
Right,
what happened to us. When we started our farm in 2017, um, we had I remember when we got our first customer, I was so happy. I was dancing all around the office. I was like, "Oh my God, we got a customer," and
yay!
I can't believe it. And then by that was in the fall of 2017, and by that summer, we had exploded because we were one of only 5 companies in the country that were shipping CBD and producing
Right,
CBD and because we have a hemp farm. And so it exploded on us that first summer. And then and we just oh my God, we could not keep up with orders, which was a good thing, but it was crazy too. And then then in 2020, that whole market collapsed. And
right.
we went from 1,300 farms in my home state to 6, and we were one of the
Wow.
6. Yeah, we were one of the 6 that was still standing, and now we're one of 3 that is still standing in the state. Yeah.
Just because of regulations in the state that
Yeah.
they've.
No, federal it's both state and well, state is real bad here. Federal changes too. They change regulations more than you and I change underwear. I'm telling you, girl.
God.
It's insane. We finally got to the point where we decided that we couldn't be compliant if we wanted to be.
Right,
And so we decided it was more important just to have a set of put some funds aside for legal counsel if we needed it. Because we
right,
decided, screw it. We'll be as compliant as we can be, but this is nonsense to constantly be. And so a lot of people just fell out. They just said, we're not going to take the risk. We're not going to do it.
right,
And we
right,
were big enough that we had the ability financially to just put a legal fund together and set it aside so that which thank God we haven't had any issues. But, and now they just passed the new 2025 Farm Bill, which is outlawing all CBD.
really?
Hmm.
Why?
It's going to become because 2 things. One, we became a huge threat to the cannabis in general has become a huge threat to the alcohol industry
Okay,
because and that's not directly CBD, but just cannabis in general. And we still, what 6, 7, 8 years later, we still get thrown into the same category. I still have people that say to me, "Oh, you sell marijuana." And I'm like, "I sell CBD. I sell hemp." And so because there's still that mindset, everything gets thrown into the same
Same
category.
category.
Yeah, like we still can't bank. How
Right.
crazy is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Because
No
yeah,
bank will take your money because they're
right. Even though
basically
even though we're a
qualifying.
hemp Right. Even though we're a
Yeah.
hemp farm, they don't want to take our money because of the federal regulations. So they did the farm bill, and what they did is they didn't outlaw, because you'll hear people say that's not true. They didn't outlaw CBD. They did not. They did not technically outlaw CBD.
You
What
just
they
set up
did is
rules that make it impossible for you to stay in business.
they changed the standard. They said it can't be more, because before it used to be you could be 0.3% THC, which is what gets you high,
Right.
and zero point 0.3 isn't enough to it's not even, you would never notice it. You would never feel high from zero point 0.3. There's no psychoactive effect from it. They changed, so that was fine. Everybody could tell we could grow hemp that was zero point 0.3. Now they've changed it that it can't be more than 0.01.
So
That's
yeah,
not possible.
yeah,
That's not
exactly.
possible. Yeah, you can't grow that. You cannot grow uh, cannabis that is, or hemp that is zero point zero
Right.
0.01 THC, unless the only thing you can is if you're growing CBG, which fortunately my son switched to CBG 2 years ago because I think he saw this coming. He's pretty involved in the lobbyist effort, and he switched to CBG. But even that, we're just selling to Europe now. We just
Right.
said the hell with it because it's just too hard to sell in the US anymore. So now all of our customers, we just had buyers fly in from Europe again, and we just ship to Europe CBG because
100%.
CBG doesn't have any THC in it.
Okay.
And so we can grow CBG, and CBG is actually better for a lot of things. It's better for pain than CBD. It's better for a lot of things than CBD is. With CBD, it was hit and miss whether it helped people with pain. Some people it helped, some people it didn't. CBG almost always helps people with pain.
Oh, that's awesome.
hmm And so um, I think he saw that coming, and he switched over to totally growing CBG. And that's kind of how we're working around it. But a lot of farms just couldn't make that pivot, or they
Right.
just, because honestly, most of that industry is old potheads who knew how to grow pot and saw the green rush coming, and they didn't have any business background.
Right.
They had
Right.
they had no business sense. They were just stoners. And don't get me wrong, I was a stoner in the day, but
Well, yeah, Stone's gonna make a living too.
that's exactly right. It's owners have to make a living too. I love that. I'm gonna make a T-shirt that says that. I love that. Stoners have to make a living too. But but they didn't. Most of them didn't have business sense, and so forget all the regulations changing. Just not having business sense was put a lot of them out of business.
And it makes it really more difficult when you can't see your money. So you don't have
Right,
the ability to deal with standardized banking.
right.
You're not getting bank statements, you're not seeing where money's going, you're just, and you're a stoner.
Well,
So
and you're
you're,
a stoner. That's right.
well,
Exactly. Exactly. And and then every you got 50 different state regulations that you're constantly dealing with because they're each a little bit different. There's, I think, 3 states still that you can't sell any hemp in. And one of them is Idaho, which is actually next to us, which is interesting because even there's only 2 ways to ship out of, or well, there's 3. You can go to Washington, but nobody's going to go north. You can go through California or you can go through Idaho. Well, Idaho, it's completely illegal. So if you get pulled over in Idaho, like your truck gets pulled over, they confiscate it. We know somebody that had $2 million worth of product confiscated, and
oh,
their driver was thrown in jail for 6 months. Finally got out of jail because they finally, said, "Wait a minute, this is hemp. You can't, this is hemp. It's not
right,
marijuana."
right.
But by that time, the product was all destroyed because it wasn't kept in the right conditions. So they
Right.
lost $2 million. So you can't go through Idaho and you can't go through California because California has extremely strict agricultural rules. So if you cross the border into Idaho or into California, your truck gets not seized, but impounded until they can inspect it for
Right. And determine
California's
that there's
agricultural
right.
no bugs or whatever.
Right. Exactly.
And that can take a couple of months and destroy your product.
Exactly.
So here we sit, in Oregon. So we had to end up start doing it interestingly, UPS. I got to hand it to UPS. Early on in the game, they said if you register your hemp license with us, we will let you be a registered hemp shipper in the United States through UPS. So they will ship for us. And there's one credit union in our state, one in the entire state, one credit union who will let us do business with them because otherwise, like you said, you got to do cash.
100%.
And and the reason they say that, they go, well, it's the safe banking law, SAFE, safe banking law that prevents us from being able to do that. Well, how the hell safe does it make it when I have to do everything in cash? That's a lot more dangerous.
Well, and here's the deal. They don't want to deal with the KYC laws with
Right,
banking actually make it that much more difficult
right.
because you have to almost know as much about your customer as you know about yourself.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And in Oregon, we have a 25% tax on cannabis. And so, which is that's just above and beyond all the other taxes we pay. But we have a 25% tax on cannabis. And so you have to pay that tax in cash and you have to drive it to the state capitol. And they have a special window that you have to go to and hand them the cash. And my daughter-in-law, she was actually the head of a large chain of dispensaries here in the state. And so she was dealing with both, all forms of cannabis. And she would have to have an employee once a week, drive across the mountains. And she was to pay her tax, and she was doing almost $1 million a week in business.
Oh
And
my
so
God.
she had to send $250,000 in cash with
In
some
cash.
poor guy who had to drive across the mountains to deliver it in cash to the state tax window. Isn't that insane?
And make sure he don't break down on the way. Oh my
Oh,
God.
no kidding. Or make sure that somebody's not casing the joint and
Exactly.
saying, okay,
Exactly.
every Friday we see this guy
A bunch
leaves
of
and he goes
cash
to
shows up.
Salem.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna catch him
Really
at
dangerous.
I-40 and yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But it's the Safe Banking Act. It's like, oh, give me a break. There's nothing safe about that act. But anyway, well, I should let
No,
you go. I need to get some things going here before dinner and because I'm on the West Coast and it's getting to be that time and
there you go.
but it's
It's
good
great
talking to you,
talking
girl.
to you. Great talking to you. Really appreciate you coming on and hanging out with me tonight, and letting me know that my technology is working in this format, which is awesome.
Awesome. Working really well. You're doing really well with this format. So keep it up and
Thank you.
I'll put that order in tonight for the Lustra and the 4060.
Okay. Okay.
I can remember how to do this. Okay.
I'll
All
look
right. I'll
forward to
talk
it.
talk with you later. All right.
All
Love
right.
you, girl.
Bye. Love you too.
All right. Love you too, Coco. Thanks for all your help.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye, girls.
Bye.
I don't know how to get off.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you. I think I remember how to do this.
Oh, here I see it says leave. Okay.
And that's it. Okay, Coco, can you open your mic? Are you working?
I'm here.
Hey,
Hey.
excellent, marvelous, wonderful. It looks like your battery's like, no, your camera's off. That's all it's saying. I'm like, is that a battery? No, that's the camera. Okay, that's fine. Everybody can look at me. I'm good with that. I'm gonna look at Patricia says, hi, Leslie. Hey, Patricia. Okay, Charlotte's Web. She came up earlier. Okay, I don't know. Okay, gosh. Ipacasto future? High futuro. It's not future, futuro. What costs more, a kilo of tomatoes or a kilo of cebolas? I have no idea. Oh my gosh. Lois Darlene 689 says, deleting shop. They send too many notifications anyway. I don't blame you. I hate it. Like I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. And I don't even think it would be a thing if they didn't do like payment plans. Okay, we're all cut up. I don't see how I can say hi back. Like Patricia said hi. I don't know how I can say hi back. Hi, Patricia. All right, we got 30 minutes to go. We're on from 6 to 8 p.m. and talking eyesight and eye health. I think I'm still gonna put my eye as the background. Like I think I need to do that. Because although this does give me like beautiful memories of my childhood. I was 7 years old when I went to Hawaii. Um, my dad was a professional wrestler and he was wrestling in Hawaii, and we got to go for the summer the year I was 7. And my siblings and I, we swam out from the beach to Rabbit Foot Island, and like, tagged the rocks and turned and swam back. And then we all got freaked out because somebody from the shore was screaming, "Shark, shark, shark!" And we were, a bunch of little kids, a bunch of little black kids in the ocean swimming with somebody screaming shark. It was a terrible moment. It was a terrible moment. And there was no shark. So it was just somebody being ridiculous. Could have been though, because, we were in shark water, but there was no shark.
Well, that was a good thing.
Yes, no, it was a very happy outcome that there was no shark.
Right.
But there was also no kindness coming from Ed Bearcat Wright to the person yelling shark.
Oh, yep. Yeah. I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
I'm just saying, my dad was 6'8", and he was definitely he was a big guy. And he had a voice that actually made you feel like the ground was shaking, when he was hollering or mad at something. But when he was, he knew we were in the water. And when he realized that guy was like just causing havoc, not a happy man. Okay. I got too many. Texting is becoming too prolific. Like I have so many text messages from different, situations, and I can't even remember, like, why is this person asking me about Venmo? I don't even know who they are. And then I'm like, oh yeah, no, I got it. I remember, you know?
Oh, yeah. It's like you need to include your name or something. I need an identifier.
Yes. Like at the beginning of every text, it should say, this is Fred.
Yeah,
Then tell me
yeah,
what you want. Because
exactly. Because I already don't answer a call if I don't recognize the number.
100%.
I tell everybody point blank. I don't know your number. If it's not in my contact, I'm probably not going to answer it. So text me. But when you text me, you better let me know who you are.
You got to tell me who you are, to say the least. I was like, I think I was on 12 calls today, and I was calling people I know. I'm calling back customers that left messages, right? So if they weren't there, I'd leave a message to call me back. And then when they call me back, they would say, "Hey, Leslie." And I'm like, "Who are you? Who is this?"
The person you see photos. Oh my goodness.
And then I
Yeah,
get, "You left me a message."
I leave a lot of
Again,
people.
nondescript. That doesn't help me. It doesn't help me. Tell me your name. And then they tell me their name. Oh yeah, no, I left you a message and you called me back and I didn't answer. And
Yeah, that kind of goes back to when people leave voice messages. Don't say, "Hey, this is," or not even tell me who your name, what your name is, or your phone number. Just like, "Call me back." Who are you? Number
no,
one. I'm
100%.
just
And
going to delete the message.
all
I'm just
these
saying.
spams, like people are I like they got I get all these spam messages that are like, "Hey, do you remember me? We met in July." And I'm like, "Who's this?" And then they send me some picture of some half-dressed girl.
Oh, what kind of messages are you getting? I don't get that. Thank goodness.
No, it's definitely like, what do they call it? Catfishing. You know what I
Right,
mean? It's
right.
definitely some of that nonsense. But, I don't know that from people that legitimately are saying, like I had a voicemail from a lady that I met on a call with a customer.
Hmm.
He three-wayed in, called her in to talk to me. And she left a voicemail that said, "Hey Leslie, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in the past week, and I wanted to get back to you. The last time we spoke, I said I'd give you a call. Call me back. Click."
No, that's not how that works. That would be deleted and moving on with my life. But
No, I was like,
there's nothing you can do with that.
who is this? Like, who is this person? And then
Yeah,
today I finally called her back. I'm like gonna bite the bullet and I'm gonna call her back. I called her back and it was totally a valuable call. Like totally, totally, totally.
yeah.
But there's no way from her message I would have ever remembered who she was.
Oh yeah. So I encourage everyone that's listening, when you call and leave a message, either by the send voicemail option on the website or to Leslie's number or to my number, please leave your name, your phone number, and the reason for your call.
And my
Please.
message actually says, "Please leave your name, number, and a brief message."
It helps us tremendously.
So there's three things I need in that: your name, your number, and a brief message.
Yes.
Don't say Fred Jones 5551212. Click.
Oh, yeah. And please slow down when you're giving the number. Yeah, that's it.
That too. And then
Yes.
also
Mhm.
don't say Fred Jones 555, 1212, and then leave a dissertation.
Yeah.
Like by the time I get 10 minutes into the message, I've forgotten why I'm listening to this. Like, what is this?
Just make it brief. It's okay. Make it brief.
Brief message.
Yeah.
And then let us get back to you. But things are better because I'm really have gotten through all of my phone calls. I think I have three left for tomorrow, which is excellent.
Nice.
And I'm excited. Like it's this time blocking is really working out for me. Like it's really keeping me focused on what I'm doing, and I'm not, flying all over the place trying to do 17 different things. So, and I have my phone set up on D&D so that when except for last night, I forgot to turn on the D&D, and girl,
Mhm.
at 1:45 somebody was calling me.
Oh, no, ma'am.
Called me twice too. I clicked the phone to, send it to voicemail. They called right back.
Uh, oh, no. I'm surprised you heard it after taking the ashwagandha.
Well, I did hear it. I was not happy though. I was not, and I had my sleep mask on,
Oh, oh,
and
oh, yeah.
I'm reaching all around for the phone, knocking stuff off. Click. And
Oh,
then
my
they turned
God.
around and called right back. I was like, I'm gonna turn my phone off. If they call again, I'm turning it off. And I really
Yeah.
should do that at night. I really should turn my phone off.
Yes, actually set your, there should be a way you can set it at a certain time of night and the calls come back in at a certain time of the morning. Because there's people from all time zones that will probably try to reach you. So yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I know it's not, I don't
No,
take
it
it
can be,
negatively.
and I'm talking about personal calls too. I'm not just referring to business calls, but yeah,
Well,
gotta have that boundary.
there's nobody all around the world trying to get a hold of me personally.
You never know.
Well, I kind of know. I kind of know. I'm kind of clued in on that one. Oh my God.
All right, we are at 7:41 p.m.
Yay! It's almost 8. It's almost 8. It ain't too late. It's almost 8. You know what? You know what the horrible thing is? I really want a cup of coffee. I really want a cup of coffee tonight. It's odd. Like
Hmm.
I don't typically want coffee in the evening like this, but I've been jonesing for a cup of coffee for the last 2 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Is it
I
that you
might
need
run
that
out.
energy boost or something, or
No, I just want something
just the taste
hot
of it?
and like almost like the soup when I was talking earlier about the soup. I
Yeah.
I want that warmth.
Oh, gotcha.
That's it. I just want the warmth.
Virginia no worries. No tea? Where's your tea?
I'm out of tea. I gotta get some more.
Ah, okay. Okay.
I gotta get some more and get that undertow.
Yes.
I
I
haven't
actually
had.
had some what did I have? Some nettles with cloves and cinnamon tea earlier.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes,
I gotta
yes.
go to the DeKalb Farmers Market and get some cloves because I'm also out of cloves.
Yeah, gotta keep clothes on deck. I actually um I actually made a clove oil as well. So when I was dealing with all that sinus gunk, I
Yeah,
actually rubbed the oil on my chest and my sinus area, and then I applied the 30/70. Ooh,
that
ooh,
did something for you, right?
it did. It
My
helped.
my daughter has a wisdom tooth coming in
Mhm.
on the bottom, and it's breaking through, and it caused almost like an abscess on the top side of the gum.
Oh, that's why she was crying that day and
No.
just wasn't having it. Oh, there she go. Hi, baby.
Who? What? Well, Mimi's sorry. Come on, baby. Hang we on. Were playing around and she. Okay. He's having too much fun. I told my daughter that that is what pure joy looks like. She is just in love with life. She is having so much fun.
Oh, yes. That's
Um,
great.
but
Why
so
do
she was having pain and
uh-huh.
she was having her jaw was kind of locking up. She couldn't open her jaw and she had this big bubble on the top of her gum in the back where the tooth was coming in.
Oh,
And it was just painful. So I said, look, here's what we're going to do. Because she was like, I got to go to a dentist. And I said, they're not going to help you. Um, get a cotton swab. I said, because I had organic cotton, in the bathroom, get a cotton swab, bring it here. I put 50-50 on the cotton swab. I said, I want you to shove it all the way back on that, you know, on that area. And I want you to get another piece of cotton, put on top of it, and then bite down. And then I want you to prepare some warm water with salt. We have the Celtic salt. So prepare some warm water with salt because after a half an hour, you're going to take that out and you're going to gargle with salt. So she, did that, gargled with the salt. Then we packed it with the bentonite clay toothpaste. Next day, it's normal as rain. Like it was as normal as it could be. All of that
got it.
all
Oh
that
my.
angriness gone.
Oh wow. That's what I'm talking about.
It was
That's
phenomenal.
nature at work.
100%. 100%. I'm like, just do this. And then that night I told her to take an ibuprofen just to make sure that the inflammation didn't come back. She did another 50-50 cotton swab, put it in the back of her mouth, woke up, she was at the point where like she was having a hard time opening her jaw, just ear
Wow.
pain, neck pain. It was everywhere.
Yeah,
So it was an easy resolution. And I love that when that happens.
exactly. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. So we have a quick question. I have Violet Petal 73 right here with me.
Hey, what's going on, girl?
Hello, hello. Discharged out of the hospital.
Well, I'm glad you're out.
Yes, they just discharged me I guess about an hour ago.
Excellent. Excellent.
Now I have a question. I know the 3070 is good for your ears, and I've heard you say drop it in with I don't know, with the dropper, and then don't do it the next day.
Yeah,
Skip a
every
day.
every other day.
Why do you do it every other day?
Because you don't want oil building up in your ear canal. You have to give it
Oh,
time to penetrate, and the ear canal is very small.
okay. That's what I was wondering. Okay. Okay. That was my question. And I can't wait to start taking my oils again. I, I started doing the Revitalize in the hospital this week and the C Clear without DMSO. Oh, it's over there. No. Yeah, I banned her from her DMSO drops while she was in the hospital.
Excellent. Excellent.
Should I wait a couple of days before? Well, I know you want me to wait for the ophthalmologist on everything else, but on the 3070, should I wait a couple of days before dropping that back into my eyes?
When are you going to go see the ophthalmologist?
Well, they have one scheduled, but he didn't take my insurance. It was supposed to be immediately after I got out.
Oh gosh.
And so now I got to uh, look around and get a list.
So
So,
I'd like you just do the revitalize and the C clear for
okay,
48 hours. And then after that, you could go back on the 3070 twice a day.
okay, okay. And then once I go to the ophthalmologist, then I'll call you to tell you what they said. Or,
No,
I mean, I'll get on live and tell you what they said.
100%. No, that'll be great. I mean, or call me either way. Like either way works.
Okay,
So I'm on this live 3 days a week. I'm on TikTok 3 days a week. Saturdays are my off day, and I'm always accessible from somewhere.
okay, okay. I would definitely let you know. so I
Excellent.
can get my eyesight back to where it was. I miss
Yes,
it.
100%, 100%. I know you do. I know you do.
And they were
So,
confused. They don't know whether I had a tear or if I got uh, if I actually have a detachment.
okay.
So I guess I want another ophthalmologist or retina specialist to look at it again.
But do you still have, if you have, do you still have sight in the eye?
I, I can see a little better um, as I have been using the oils. And so to me, it's not as wavy. I'm as long as light appears, I can, like, I'm closing my right eye. I can't read the building, but I know the letters are up there. So that's a lot better than nothing at all.
Right. So, but
So,
just the way you're describing it doesn't sound like it's a detachment.
right. And that's what the doctor was saying. He didn't see a detach. He said, my brain may be confused at what's going on because it's a tear.
Right.
So
Yeah.
he thinks it a tear when they did the MRI.
Well, it makes more sense that it would be a tear than a detachment at this point.
Right. Because like I said, I still, when I close my eyes, I still see things. It's not as wavy as it was before, but even when it was wavy, um, they didn't think I could see then either, but I could.
Right.
Is there any part that I see? These are not parts. Um, so to be continued. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to keep checking in and seeing what's going on without a doubt. But
Yes. So when I
the more you can see, the more you can identify what things are, the less the indication is that it's a
a
detach.
total detachment, right?
Yes.
So,
Yeah, because
and then the
that'll
right eye, like I said, I don't know what happened. It went hazy, so I'm going to have them look at that to see what happened. I mean, they don't know if it was the fluid that pushed my eyesight, but that's what they're saying. It may be the fluid that did it.
yeah, it
So
could be, but I just feel like that's probably not it.
yes, so
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Would
tomorrow um, um, the insurance will have a list for me to call. I was surely hoping the guy who was looking at my paperwork in the hospital, I was hoping that he would be able to see me, but but he doesn't take my insurance. And he wasn't able to come in the hospital. He was only able to read all the
the
information.
scans that they took, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't have credentials to actually operate at the hospital.
Right.
Right.
So, so we'll see. I'm gonna get it.
100%, 100%.
So,
Now, and the other thing you have to be cognizant of when you're dealing with any doctor, you specifically, because of all the other
mhm.
diagnoses that you have and the other medications that you're taking, doctors will lean on those things as the culprit.
Right. And that's what
So,
I'm not going to tell the new doctor information. I'm going to make him seek and find.
yeah,
Because they will say, "Oh, you have diabetic retinopathy. This is what it happened." I want them to actually look at my eyes and make a synopsis of what's going on without me saying anything. Because I notice when I tell them certain things, they, oh, well, it's just that.
right, exactly. That's the first thing they do is agree with you that that's probably it.
Hmm. Well, I had one specialist. who didn't want to say anything because he knew the doctor who performed the injection. So I said, note to self, don't even say who you went to. Don't even give them names of any doctors that you have seen. Because I
No,
noticed,
yeah, I agree. I'd be like, I lived in a different city when this happened, and
right. Because he was
whatever.
like, oh, I can't help you. And I was like, okay, that's your friend, not mine.
100%.
And
A
so
hundred
he was like,
percent.
oh no, I can't. And I'm like, goodness. I said, what are you scared of?
Yeah,
Oh
that
no,
is.
no, no.
Yeah, no, that's just like, the friend that won't tell you that your man's cheating on you. Like,
Right. Right.
what's up with that? Like, why can't you tell me what's going on?
Right. So that's why I was like, oh goodness. So now I learned with the other doctors not to even say where I went to or anything.
Yeah, yeah, because then they feel free to, say, well, this was not the right thing to do, or that's not the right diagnosis, or whatever.
Right. So we'll see. And then I'm before I go, I'm gonna call you and ask you what questions. I know I need my pressure and all of that, but I'm gonna call and ask you what I need to ask for.
Okay, yeah, no, we can absolutely, have that conversation without a doubt.
Okay.
All
Well,
right,
thank you
girls,
very much.
no
Well,
worries. It
we
is
are
it is
4 minutes
officially,
till.
yeah, 7:56. I think we're good. I think
Yeah.
we can call the ball.
Yeah. All
All
right,
right,
everyone. If you're still online, come meet us at TikTok at 9 p.m. Eastern Time at Bearcat Body, and come with your questions.
9 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, that.
It's Thursday
Yeah.
night. So 9
Oh
p.m.
gosh.
tomorrow.
Yes. My days are off.
Yeah, I did not set myself up to do 4-hour lives.
No, I understand.
I did not. So 9 p.m. tomorrow on TikTok
Yeah.
Live, 100%. Saturday is my off day, and Sunday I will probably be live on TikTok for a little bit, maybe an hour or two.
There we go. And there you have it.
There we go. Everybody have a great evening. Thanks, Coco, for showing up and helping out as you always do. And
Oh,
thank you
you're
to
welcome.
everybody that came on the live and got some benefit. And I hope everybody that was listening got some benefit and it wasn't too annoying with all the tech stuff that went on. And I hope you all enjoyed your few minutes of bliss in Hawaii.
Yes. All right. Take care. Nurture
All right,
yourself naturally.
100%. Bye-bye.